It's not just about talent, it's about strategy, internal conflict, and the brutal decisions that must be made for the future of BTS. Bang Si-Hyuk amidst the grandiose spotlight of the entertainment world, two names have always managed to steal the show: Kim Taehyung, V, and Jungkook. Two stars who not only captivated the world with their visuals, vocals, and charm, but also carried the weight of a narrative that was never revealed, until finally, Bang Si-Hyuk himself could no longer remain silent. Many thought Taehyung and Jungkook's success was just the result of hard work and army support. But is it really that easy? Behind the scenes, away from the cheers of the concert and the cameras of the fanbase, are stored systematic plans that have been hidden from the public, and finally, the long-awaited recognition appeared as well. Not from random people, but from the brain behind it all, Bang Si-Hyuk. Chapter 2. Visuals are not enough. Crazy strategy to build Taehyung and Taehyung's first audition. Many doubted his potential. He doesn't look like any other trainee. But one thing left Bang Si-Hyuk speechless: the look in Taehyung's eyes. The boy has something. But if left natural, he will not develop. We have to shape him. HYB's internal team testimonial that was never published: Taehyung wasn't formed to be an ordinary idol. It was designed to be a secret weapon. Designed to captivate the global public with a mysterious aura and theatrical character, Taehyung is injected with the most aggressive branding strategy in K-pop history. But does he know? Is he aware of himself being positioned as the perfect visual puppet for BTS survival? Or is he fighting back? If Taehyung is polished, then Jungkook is the main product. Since the age of 13, he has been monitored by various agencies. But why finally choose Big Hit? Because of the agreement behind the scenes. Jungkook was promised one thing: we will make you the center of the world. And it did happen, but at a very high price. Jungkook wasn't just trained physically and vocally. He's mentally set up to be resilient. It should appear strong, even if it is destroyed. You have to smile, even under pressure. All for the sake of one vision. BTS wouldn't be successful without Jungkook. But how does it affect the relationship between members? Does Taehyung not feel compared? And how did Bang Si-Hyuk's confession ruin everything? Secret documents eventually leaked by HYB's former staff reveal an astonishing fact: Taehyung and Jungkook are secretly on the run. Not in public, but at the executive desk. If Taehyung excels in America, boost Jungkook in Japan. If Jungkook is trending, come up with a teaser for Taehyung with Gucci. They become marketing pawns. Former global content manager HYB. This fact finally reached both ears. And their reaction? Internal shaking of the group. Taehyung had disappeared from the practice room for 3 days. Jungkook reportedly broke the glass of the studio. But all swept away by the PR team. But the wound made an impression. In the end, they both took a surprising step. Those words came out of Jungkook's mouth during a personal training session with Bang Si-Hyuk. He rejected the script given to him for the promotion of his solo debut. Taehyung did not remain silent. He insisted on canceling a variety show project designed to drop Jungkook's image in favor of a lone wolf image for Taehyung. This is where the turning point happens. Bang Si-Hyuk finally has to choose: maintain the perfect illusion or admit the game he has been doing for a long time. And in the end, he spoke in a closed-door interview with an internal official. Bang Si-Hyuk said, "I formed them from scratch. But I also made them lose their authenticity. Taehyung is too deep in the character I designed. Jungkook lost his teenage years too soon. They're not just idols. They are victims of this system." The information explosion shook HYB internally. Many are demanding transparency. But the public was never given access to the original recording of the interview until the unleaked audio files circulated on international forums, and no one expected it. A 27-minute audio file containing Bang Si-Hyuk's confession suddenly appears in a Korean underground forum known as a gathering place for ex-trainees and former staff of major entertainment agencies. If they knew how much I've manipulated them, fans wouldn't look at them the same anymore. Taehyung and Jungkook are the result of a strategic project, not a coincidence. But I'm starting to regret it. This explosion immediately spread to the international community, especially the army. Many do not believe, but many are also starting to connect the dots. Why does Taehyung look changed since 2018? Why did Jungkook start being alone after the concert at Wembley? Why is HYB so protective of their relationship? Was all this planned from the very beginning? Once the footage went viral, HYB moved quickly. The entire post was deleted. Forum admins are legally threatened. Several large army Twitter accounts suddenly disappeared. Even some of the global fanbase received legal warning letters, but unfortunately, the internet cannot be controlled forever. The file was already scattered, and the effect was greater than expected. The reaction of fans went wild. Some demanded transparency. Someone attacks HYB for exploiting Taehyung and Jungkook. Some refused to believe and call this slander. But one thing is certain, trust is cracked. After the confession was leaked, the spotlight turned to the two main characters, Taehyung and Jungkook. What do they feel? Do they know? Or worse, they were conscious all this time, but chose to be silent. An internal source mentioned that the night after the leak, Taehyung cried in the rehearsal room. Jungkook turned off his cell phone for 2 days. No uploads. No interaction. Quiet. During one of their rehearsals, Taehyung's voice is heard saying to Jungkook, "What are we really after? Is all this real?" And Jungkook replied coldly, "We are puppets who are loved by life, Taehyung. But that doesn't mean we can't burn those ropes." Those words have now become a new mantra for thousands of fans. #BurnTheString. After the confession was leaked, fans began reinterpreting Taehyung and Jungkook's various performances. Suddenly, what was once considered symbolic now feels like a code of asking for help. In the song Fake Love, Taehyung often leads to the camera with empty eyes on the Black Swan stage. Jungkook is seen as trying to escape the noose. In one of the concert's ending speeches, Taehyung once said, "Sometimes I even forget who I am, but I know I'm not who they designed me to be." Is this all just a coincidence? Or is this their silent form of resistance? At the Tokyo concert, for the first time after the scandal leaked, Taehyung and Jungkook performed again. The atmosphere of the concert was changing. It was no longer just a celebration, but like an arena of recognition of pain. At the end of the song, The Truth Untold, Jungkook couldn't help crying. He sat down. Taehyung hugged him. The two whispered to each other. The video from the fan site shows Taehyung's lips whispering the words, "We've suffered enough. It's time to talk." The army is silent. The world is holding its breath. Will they finally open their mouths? And sure enough, 2 days after the concert, Taehyung and Jungkook went live together. Without makeup, without a script, just the two of them. For 45 minutes they chatted quietly, full of pauses and emotions. But one statement from Taehyung shook fans. "There's a lot you don't know, but we're tired of being considered perfect. We want to be loved as people, not as agency-created characters." Jungkook added, "If we start talking, it's not just you who will be surprised, but they are too. They control everything. It's not just a broadcast. It was a time bomb. And HYB knows. Taehyung and Jungkook are out of control." The global media began to respond. Billboard, Rolling Stone, Variety, and even Japanese media such as Nikkei also reported the courage of two BTS members against the system that raised them. But it's not just the media. South Korea's Artist Protection Commission has opened an investigation into allegations of psychological exploitation and manipulation of artists' identities. Taehyung and Jungkook, without naming names, are considered to be symbols of a new rebellion in the K-pop industry. After the pressure builds up, Si-Hyuk appears in a closed-door press conference. It sits alone, without hype representation, without records, and he said, "I formed BTS. But I also have to take responsibility for their injuries, especially two people who I placed so high that they forgot the ground." With teary eyes, he mentioned Taehyung and Jungkook's names directly. "They are not products. They are people. And I failed to treat them like human beings." The conference closed without a response. But the public has got enough.